Understanding is important. Language is not important. But what happens is, once the language becomes much more important than the understanding itself, it doesn't depict the right picture. Suppose that you take up a course in philosophy or mathematics. Most of the books come in English language, it doesn't come in so many other languages. So here what happens is, the understanding and the depth take a back seat because language has become rather too important than the understanding itself. The word is of some use or no use depending on the depth of the silence. It is the depth of the silence which will determine the accuracy of the words. When everything has been subdued and you have reached the zenith of silence, when nothing can affect you, nothing can find you disconcerting, you are just equiposed. At that time when you speak, it's worth listening. Otherwise, it's just some sounds. So if you want to create a lot of sounds, that's a different thing. Mostly what has happened, the sounds have been given so much of importance, and that's why language became such a prominent figure in our personality, which should not have been in the first place. The time has come now to replace it. Now we have known enough. Now language is not the barrier much. We all have to go beyond all these boundaries of language. And we are creating that level of understanding by breaking the wall of languages. Now what is important is understanding. And that understanding doesn't come from a specific religion, but it comes from the core discovery of human existence, of this life. So once we reach there, all the barriers of languages will be shattered, and it must be. There could be some different higher dimension that we need to explore even more. What we know is one thing. What needs to be explored are the different dynamics altogether. It has so much of unbridled, unimaginative, unbounded dynamism to it, which could be encoded in different languages. Sanskrit is one of them. Who knows, in 15 years to come, English language will take a backseat and Sanskrit will become the most prominent language. It's so common. What will become uncommon is a language that encodes the entire history of the universe. We have come to this stage with the help of English language. Now from here, there is a higher, deeper understanding of life, where maybe the language of English cannot be of much help. So here, a different language will take over. It is bound to happen. The real understanding comes from the wisdom, and that wisdom has no boundary. It comes from a higher understanding. That understanding is very important. If you have that understanding, then life is great. And that's the reason why in the world today so many working class are so well spoken in English language, but maybe who govern them do not speak a little of English language, because understanding there is much more important than the language. So create understanding, not the language barrier. Language cannot be a barrier to know the person who you are. That cannot categorize one person from the rest just because he can speak a language well than the other. So you can say that, oh, tomorrow a lot of people will start speaking Sanskrit. So again, it's a mode of communication. But this is what needs to be understood here. It's not about the language. It's this body which must be synced with the higher vibration with which we need to attune ourselves. That is what we need to understand. Sanskrit is much more conducive to align ourselves with. Sanskrit language could be the very song of the neurons and your cells. You are able to create celebral memory in a most conducive manner for your well-being by learning Sanskrit. Have we explored the possibility? Because this body has got cells and these are vibrating. By speaking Sanskrit, you are much more aligned with the cosmic energy, so that you are more receptive to receive the download from the world beyond the very perception of yours. Sanskrit could be the answer. As we are vibrating at some level of frequency, Sanskrit could be the most conducive language to align it with that energy, where we are most productive, where we are optimized at our productivity level. We need to take a passage towards higher understanding of life, and that passage cannot be cemented with the help of the English language. It will be replaced by Sanskrit. We need Sanskrit, because the very words cannot be replaced. Because if you tamper with the word, you tamper with the meaning. The meaning has a depth, and that depth English language doesn't have. What if we chant mantras? What if we start speaking Sanskrit? It will be mesmerizing experience to witness how the changes are taking place into our lives just by changing the very module of the memorized version that has become too much of English. Because our cells memory know the language very well. And it won't be an easy job. But to change lives, to change the pattern of your life, at times changing a language could be of help, something much more aligned with your higher self. And the answer could be Sanskrit.